Hey, fellow babies, and welcome to the 42 show. There's the new troll puppy. It's the snail tank. What do you think, everybody? Oh, we love it. So snail theory lives on at the Shills, but we looked at the news and it turns out people suck, they're stupid, and they're awful. So that's it for tonight, fellow babies. See you soon. No, I'm just kidding.
They do suck, though. You're absolutely right. People are fucking awful. Now stop it.
Yeah.
Stop being so fucking awful, people. Apart from the people in the chat, obviously, because they're glorious and fantastic, and they're subscribed to the shows, so they can't be that bad.
Yeah. Yeah, not you people, the other people. Yeah, they're the ones that suck.
Well, apart from PJ in the chat, maybe. Yeah, but yeah, everybody else, you're good.
Oh, that deserves the goat. So it's time to look into things and what's been going around the world. And there's lots of places to start. Where do you even look?
The bins.
In the bin. Yeah. There's one here. This is where people suck. So more than 600,000 students and teachers are using Zed Library. And Zed Library is, what do you say? A cheating place,
I don't know. You'll have to explain it. I have no idea what that is.
I'm just looking for it here.
It's amongst your tabs. The 178 tabs you got at the top of your.
Yeah, I've got so many that I can barely read the damn thing here. Where I had a highlight that went away, right? To explain what it was, and now I've got this big frothing at the mouth article that's driving me crazy. It's basically, where you can get like, plagiarized things to submit when you're in university for reports and this and that. And yeah, it's rampant. It's rampant. There's, I think it's actually Russian based.
Why am I not surprised?
Yeah. You ever get that thing where the font screws up in your web browser? Half of it's unreadable to me right now. It's very strange. It's an unfortunate thing because this was a decent article and now it's kind of ruined. But we'll switch over to something that is readable and it will affect a lot of people, I'm betting. But Netflix password sharing crackdown is officially hitting United States customers. Has anybody felt it yet? Anybody in the chat or on Loki, anybody?
No, I don't know anybody that's run into that yet.
Yeah, they're just starting to roll it out. And it sounds like they're getting pretty rough with it, and they're really making sure that you're not sharing more than you're supposed to. And a lot of people do. So I bet there's going to be quite the outcry over it.
Well, with all the money they've lost recently, I wonder why they're doing that.
I will say this, though. I think it's going to be great for promotion of private piracy. That's just gonna come back in a big way.
I promote piracy, so there you go. But people will turn more to that. I mean, in this day and age where there's so many apps that are subscription-based models and all your streaming services are now their own subscription and so on, there's only so many things people can subscribe to. And when they have to make choices, they're still going to go and consume media in other ways. The internet has proved it time and again. It just won't stop.
I wonder how long it's going to be before the Pirate Bay is a subscription service.
Well, you say that.
Doubloons a month.
No, but you say that. I know of a torrent site where if you set up a monthly donation of like $5, they have an IPTV service as well. And you can just load the address into VLC and watch any damn thing you want. It's hilarious.
Wow, that's funny.
Yeah.
That's going to blossom. They're going to do really well.
Yeah. I mean, $5, it's a good deal, right?
Yeah. I mean, considering if you are on a subscription service, you've got to be on all of them, or you just get bits and dribs and drabs of everybody's, content. You got to be
Yeah.
on Apple TV for the Apple content. You got to be on, Netflix for theirs and Prime for theirs, and
it's too much.
And there's quite a few. There's quite a few of them that we don't even get in the UK, at all. So,
right.
piracy, coming back in a big way.
I would love to get Sky coverage of the F1 races, because that's where I download the Sky coverage because it's better. That's what I want, and I can't find a way to get it here. I'm not going to pay the Formula One subscription fee to hear those moronic commentators babble on like idiots. There's no way, right? So what are you going to do?
Really surprised about the whole pay for torrent access kind of thing. Hasn't taken off even more than it has, because I know that's been going on for a couple of years now.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I gave up on all this subscription services years ago already, actually, because once I saw them all forking off, so you couldn't just go to one place and have a subscription, it seemed pointless to me. So I just went back to downloading it my way. Screw them.
Oh, come on. I think it's awesome that sites like Amazon and Netflix have microtransactions to watch content that was freely available just the month before.
Yeah. When I've had Amazon Prime for a while, didn't realize it came with the video subscription. When I figured that out, I put it on my son's television and on his Apple TV box, and I was shocked how many things are like, oh, pay up again, but what? I find it's just mostly useless.
But you get that a lot on Amazon Prime as well, because although you can actually view all the films that are on the Amazon Prime account, they also offer you all the other different channels you can sign up to, again with another.
That's true. Yeah, you end up paying what you did for a full service cable account that came with all the movie channels. So we've done is shift the bandwidth from one side of the cable to the other.
by the time you pay for it all, you could probably hire the fucking actors to come round your house to do it live.
Very true. Very true.
And then you have the whole cloud service thing. That whole, and I've had this discussion. Oh yeah, you have, Amazon, you bought that movie? No, you didn't. No, you didn't. Right. You can't download it and keep it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Liam Wakefield in the chat there. It's the equivalent of crippleware, getting you hooked on the basic features and then charging you for more content. Well, that goes exactly to what Loki was saying there with the cloud, because Apple's iCloud gives you useless little limits of storage, and it's designed to get you to pay up because your phone and everything's always bitching, hey, I can't back up anymore. It's a joke. And they used to have, a bunch of years ago before the cloud, Apple had Back to My Mac, which was built into all their devices, and you could just simply, pull out your laptop, and as long as you were online, you had instant access to the files on your desktop, just download it in and away you go. It was the best.
Love that. That was amazing. I wish they didn't get rid of it. It was fantastic.
And when you can buy like an 18 terabyte platter spinner drive for a couple $100 these days or whatever, why not just have your own home cloud? I don't need to pay monthly. I'm not into it, but I'm a bit of a geek that way. I can easily set it up. So, I get a lot of people can't, but if it was just simply built into their home computer and all they had to do was use all the extra storage they never do, it would be,
Well, there's also another thing to be said about, all these companies who are putting older movies out on their cloud service. A lot of them edit them. So they're not the original release. There's always like something, they'll cut a bit of swearing, they'll cut this and that. And of course, if you know the film, you're sitting watching it and you go, wait a minute, what happened? Yeah, no, they said something funny then, but you've cut it, you've clipped that bit out,
Yeah.
and yeah, so we end up with like thousands of different versions of a particular movie that's, you know, just better off getting
Yes.
it on DVD. To be honest with you.
Yeah. Yeah, you're not wrong there too. Oh
As
yeah.
far as like Netflix and Amazon Prime and all that other stuff, I actually let my daughter watch Pluto TV. It's just one
I
of
don't.
those. She's not going to get the latest content, stuff like that. And
Mhm.
okay, so it comes in, it comes in with like 5-minute ads, like the way regular TV used to be.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that, You know, a little moment to disengage, and that's probably not a bad thing. There was um I guess they're sort of related. But 48 states have sued a phone company that allegedly catered to the needs of robocallers. I found this over on Slashdot. Somebody sent it in. It was on Twitter. But nearly every U.S. state yesterday sued a telecom company, Avid Telecom. They're an Arizona-based company, and they're accused of routing billions of illegal robocalls to millions of U.S. residents on the Do Not Call registry. Fuckers. I hope they get their asses whooped.
Well, shit. If the U.S. government, if the FCC actually went after robocall centers, it's like $20,000-$30,000 per call. We could cover the national debt in a weekend if they actually went after.
Yeah. Yeah. More than 7.5 billion calls to telephone numbers on the registry. Wow. And they use spoofed or invalid caller ID numbers to hide and so on. And oh, yeah.
What are they
They're
usually?
going for a.
What are they usually calling about? What they after?
It. I don't know. I have no idea. I mean, it's robocalling, so it was probably election influencing and car repossession.
Yeah. Would you like an extended warranty on your vehicle? Oh, you mean my 1930 Model T? No, but if you can offer me an extended warranty for, yeah, go ahead and try.
Yeah. So yeah, and they're looking for a jury trial and a permanent injunction and so on. So I hope they get their asses kicked because come on, there's a do not registry for a reason.
And
Nasty
spoofing,
people, man.
and spoofing caller ID numbers is illegal as shit too.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So and then here's a thing. Ugly German Truth was talking about people's information over in China and stuff. Well, driver's licenses, addresses, and photos all being shared internally on a TikTok internal chat for users. And if anybody remembers, we heard this same thing out of Twitter not long ago. But employees at TikTok have regularly posted user personal and private and, important information back and forth. They shared a thing with a man exposing himself. Where is it here? The internal messaging. A British woman's personal data, her photo, country of residence, internet protocol address, device, and user IDs were all posted in this back chat where all TikTok employees, it sounds like thousands of them have access to it. It's just all floating around on there. It's a thing called Lark, and it's used every day by thousands of employees of the TikTok app's personnel. They are employees. And There's all kinds of potentially illegal content that's shared on there, things that look like they could be underage people in bad situations. Yeah, and it's just horrible, but this all goes to show that, fears of a Chinese state-owned app where everybody's sharing like intimate personal details on it. Maybe there's some reason to be fearful. Holy shit. They're trading people's driver's license photos around like it's nothing.
It's probably too late now. That gate cannot be closed. They've already got all the information they need. Yeah. China don't need to invade America. They just need to clone people's IDs and royally.
It's a scary thought. I've never. Go ahead.
Just install backdoors on all those Chinese-made devices to steal people's user ID, or you just give people a free app. Yeah, let's just give people a free app. They'll never know.
Yeah, and people are really trained into giving away all their data like that just to get a platform for free. It doesn't seem to faze people anymore. Does me.
The thing is, people will get, they will get up in uproar about it and start shouting and screaming, but they just don't understand what they're doing. You see people talking about it all the time, especially on YouTube. You still see videos talking about, this sort of giving away your data, and people are up in arms about it. But they just don't understand how or why or what's going on. They just really don't. They go, "Oh no, it's TikTok. Get to see some, twerking. Yeah, that's all right. Yeah, I can do that." And I don't know. I'm not on TikTok, so I don't know.
No.
When I say I'm not
either.
on TikTok, there probably are videos of me twerking on there somewhere, but you have to go.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, everybody's looked through your window, so we've all seen it.
That's not twerking. That's just scratching me ass. Hey, but you get your pleasures however you do, Dick.
Well, the sad part is you mentioned, end users getting all up in arms and stuff. No, not really. When you think about it, I mean, I've gone up against Sprint for backroom policies that they wouldn't tell the public, gone up against AT&T for double charging people, gone up against cell phone manufacturers for guarantees in writing, and then them ditching on the guarantees, and then backdoors in the devices themselves. And you know what? Most people just don't give a fuck. They don't care.
Yeah. It's crazy to me because it infuriates me. It shocks me that people don't care. I end up in that Jerry Seinfeld frame of mind. What's wrong with these people? I just care, please.
I think the problem is, I think a lot of people just don't know how to care. It's all this tech is just so overwhelming. And
I'd recommend anger to start with. No, but I know what you mean.
Yeah, it's a good start. Well, that's what I'm saying, though, Loki. You do see people get on Facebook, which is quite ironic, really. They're on Facebook saying, "Oh, yeah, this Facebook, it's all my details are being, or I can think about something, and the next minute I'm getting adverts for it, and this Facebook, it's so evil." And then the next minute there's posting on these stupid Facebook posts, which are basically out to try and draw your information out. And it's like, oh God, don't you understand?
Oh, you're not wrong there.
Name something you've eaten today. And then you'll see people comment, why the fuck did you do that? It's it's not a real post. It's out to do nefarious things. Don't you get it? And the next minute, their account is cloned, and they wonder why.
Yeah. But when Facebook, well, even before that, MySpace and stuff came out, I never really understood the need to just put your life on display. I remember on Top Gear once, the car review show there, the older one. Jeremy Clarkson was in a car, and it was one of the first ones that could have Facebook up on the screen in the dash. And he was like, why do I want to see what my Aunt Esther had for lunch while I'm driving down the highway? He goes, well, who needs this? It was so funny.
Yeah, it's so true, though.
Yeah.
It's so true. I mean, let's face it, all these car apps, they're getting more and more like interconnected with everything, and it's like, do you really need all that stuff on your? Oh, yeah. When you just got oh, sorry, officer, I wasn't watching how fast I was driving. I was on Facebook at the time.
Well, now that dives us into a little bit of stupid, but I've got more than just a little, so I want to actually bring this up on the screen because it's that fucking ridiculous. But a Georgia GOP chair goes full flat earth and says globes are part of a conspiracy. Did I cover it all there?
It's fairly true, because people who live on the globe, sometimes they are part of a conspiracy. They're called conspiracists or terrorists. There's conspiracy. Go on, then read it. Go on, then. Yeah. Every store you buy a globe. There's globes everywhere. Not in Tesco, there isn't. Every movie, every TV, every show. Why? It doesn't make sense. It does make sense because that's where we live. You fucking moron.
Yeah. Yeah. Here's the genius herself. There she is.
She's a globe herself.
Yeah. So here, what? Oh man, now they've locked me out of the story. I was able to read it earlier. Sons of bitches. Okay, hold on.
See my options. Swear. Tell them you fuck off.
Here. Okay. Yeah. Well, I can't do it now. Son of a bitch. Really, guys? Here, let's see if this works. Where is it here? There. There we go. Okay. She would like to know why Big Globe won't stop shoving round Earth propaganda down our throats. On her podcast, Jesus, Guns, and Babies, I shit you. Let me say that again. On her podcast, Jesus, Guns, and Babies, Taylor and her guests discussed biblical evidence that the earth is actually flat as a pancake. The people that defend the globe don't know anything about the globe, said Weiss. If they knew a tenth of what Matt and I know about the globe, they would be flat earthers. How has this person ever been elected to clean their own toilet bowl, let alone public office?
No, you missed the first line there. Where it says, in an interview with David Weiss. Well,
yeah.
Okay, so as soon as you say that, you've already lost me. David Weiss, that fucking moron, doesn't.
Wait, backstory on David Weiss, just for anybody who doesn't know, DK.
Backstory on David Weiss: he's a charlatan, he's a scumbag, he's a horrible person in so many ways. He thinks the Earth is flat, and he's got an app out on the to download for your phone, which is a flat Earth. I don't know, you do a flat Earth app of some kind, but can't even get the fucking time right, and it's complete garbage. And just David Weiss is just like one of the scummiest scumbags in the world. He's been on this
yeah.
channel. We've debated him,
Yep.
and he folded and just wanted to get help in to try and help him out. He's been shown up to be an idiot by just about anyone who debates him, which is quite amazing because I don't understand why he goes out and does this shit. As soon as a flat earther gets into an actual real debate, they're fucking lost.
This
evidence to start, and what they're saying that you were saying that the evidence. There's evidence for the flat Earth.
It gets even worse though, because she's also a firm believer that the 2020 election was fraudulently stolen from Professor Gump.
No, well, that was in the Bible as well, I believe. It's all in there in the prophecies.
Yeah, somewhere in Exodus, I think.
If you think that Jesus, Guns, and Babies for the name of a podcast is bad, it's on the bus that she uses to go around for elections.
Oh my gosh.
Jesus, guns, and babies.
Wow.
So what?
Wait a minute.
She wants babies to have more guns, or does she want Jesus to have more babies?
No, Jesus is supposed to have more guns to defend himself against the babies.
Well, now the thing is, Jesus could have used a gun back in the day. He might not have got crucified.
All he needed was a Glock.
What absolute.
Okay, well, let's give her a little loving.
You're a loser. Are you feeling sorry for yourself? Well, you should be, because you are dirt. You make me sick, you big baby.
Give her a grubby. Give her a grubby.
Give her a grubby. All right.
Because you, my dear sweet lady, are a fucking grub muffin. Shut
exactly.
the fuck up and get it out of politics. Now.
Public life, everything. Just go hide in a closet somewhere. We'll feed you cat food and we'll give you a litter box, You know
what's really funny is my wife is suddenly started getting into flat Earth. She's now subscribed to Planar Walk, who is another debunker out there, and she keeps coming to me and talking about, oh, I saw this video, and I'm going, that's Mr. Sensible, that's Kevin McKeegan, that's David Weiss. It's just I know all the characters, and she goes, yeah, you know these people. Yes, I've talked to them. When I say I've talked to them, I've actually talked to them personally. It's so funny. It's like it's just like where I was, 5 years ago. And I was like getting into, it's probably longer than that, 10 years ago. But she keeps talking to me about all this flat Earth stuff she's been saying. I was like, know that story, know that argument. So funny. And she used to moan at me when I was like, going, oh, these fucking flat Earthers, the fucking cunts. But now she's getting into it. So sorry. Oh, girl.
Yeah, it's funny. It's funny for a minute, but don't get hooked. Dear God.
Well, you say it's funny for a minute, but you can go down that rabbit hole and it's still going. That rabbit hole is deep, and it's still.
But it gets to the point where it's like watching the same 5 comedians do their stand-up routines night after night. I mean, how many times can you hear the same jokes? Trust me, don't get too deep into it if you go off and want to laugh at a few of them, because before you know it, you're like in your 60s and your hair is gray and you're not even really sure where you are. It's just,
Well, like you say, the flat earthers have got this 3rd movie out now. We're in movie number 3. And they're still going strong with their shit. So, saying things like, oh, well, there's no evidence of a globe. Just bring it to, oh, Jesus, really? You've been shown the evidence like a million times over. You just ignore it. So, yeah, it gets tiring very, very quickly. Anyway, let's move on for the flatties.
Yeah, back to the globe that we actually live on. And one of those more, you know, suspect sort of countries we're dealing with lately, and China is calling in loans to dozens of countries, and it's just going to break them. Pakistan, Kenya, Zambia, Laos, Mongolia. And China is just about to break their economies on the spot, snap of the fingers.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, they got the right to, I suppose, to be fair.
Yep, technically, yeah, for sure. And behind the scenes is China's reluctance to forgive any debt and its extreme secrecy about how much money it has loaned and on what terms, which has kept other major lenders from stepping in to help. Because it's all so uncertain, nobody wants to touch it with a 10-foot pole.
Well, the polls, we can't get the polls involved, obviously, because, 1939,
Yeah.
But they had a hard time.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's a weird one because, unfortunately, this is how it works. It's kind of amazing that a communist state like China has managed to just overwhelm all these capitalist countries. They've managed to just take it and just turn it into their own thing. Sorry, but that's kind of like how it works.
Yeah, it is.
What are they going to do when they call in the loans? They always say, "Well, you're my country now." What's going to happen?
Yeah, send in some troops, occupy, I mean, that's pretty extreme, right?
Well, they don't send the troops in, they send in accountants.
Well, I had a bit that I'm going to try to, a video I was going to try to get ready that dealt with this. But seeing that we're covering it now, pretty much here's how it goes.
Saves you some time, Loki.
Ring, ring. I'm sorry, I'm unable to answer your call right now, but if you leave your name, number, and a brief message, I'll return your call as soon as possible. Well, hello, this is the International Pawn. We're calling to remind you that you have until June 1st to pay off your loan. If you're unable to pay the balance by that date, we'll have no option but to sell the collateral you used for your loan. That being, well, wait, this can't be right. Hey, Jimmy, who in their right mind would pawn their country? Remember that guy from Greece? Fair enough.
Absolutely. And here you're not wrong, because countries in the AP's analysis of this situation had as much as 50% of their foreign loans from China, and most were devoting more than 1/3 of government revenue to paying off foreign debt. That's unsustainable by a long shot. That's ridiculous.
Oh, yeah. That's going to make a great episode of Porn Stars. When a guy comes in and says, "Okay, what you got? Pakistan? How much do you think it's worth?" Oh, how old is it? I'll give you $30. Yeah, okay, I'll take 40.
Oh, yeah. And see, right now in Kenya, the government has held back paychecks to thousands of civil workers to save cash to pay their foreign loans, because they're trapped. Salaries or default. Take your pick, one or the other. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's all a situation that's just going to spell disaster for so many innocent people caught in the crossfire. The actual people of the countries, instead of the idiots signing the documents.
Well, that's the thing. You think, well, like you brought up earlier, is like when they actually took out the loans with China, where did they think it was going to go? I mean, I do realize that in this world that we live in, lots of countries are giving loans to other countries and taking loans from other countries. So it all just goes around in circles. But, really at the end of the day, what were you thinking? It's in the same way as you have you borrow money from a loan shark and he's going to come knocking at your door saying, well, you owe us 50 quid. Otherwise, you're going to lose a kneecap. It's like,
yeah.
What were they thinking? Nice,
Can you
nice
imagine,
country you got here. Nice country you got here. Burn easy, does it? It'll be a terrible shame if something happened to it. Oh, sorry, did I knock part of your country off? Oh, I'm sorry about that. Oh, a shame if something happened to the rest of it.
But that's, like it must feel like that for some of these countries. They must have been in a brutal situation to even go with terms that, are now breaking the country. So that's tough, man. I hope there's some kind of better situation where some other countries can step in and go, okay, whoa, wait a minute. We'll buy you out of that and give you better terms to figure it out.
Yeah, it's called
See how
war.
it plays out.
It's war.
Yeah.
That's the cue for you to move to the war set.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Dun, dun, dun. It's war.
Yeah.
Maybe not. Let's hope not.
Yeah. No, we don't. We don't
promote.
But no. There is a funnier article here. Those freaking CAPTCHA things that drive you crazy, right? Especially if it's like really sunny and you can't quite see your phone enough and you're trying to struggle to see the stupid pictures in the thing. Well, they recently were asking people to identify a Yoko, Y-O-K-O. And people
I wouldn't know what of those is if it sat on my face.
Yeah, I mean, when I hear that, I think that Beatles wrecking chick, but it appears to be a mix between a snail and a yo-yo. What?
What is a mix between a snail and a yo-yo?
Yeah, I mean, why are snails having sexual relations with yo-yos? What? I don't even understand. It was trying to get into Discord. People are seeing this.
Great.
Yeah,
So
a Yoko.
I'm going to have to go research pop culture bullshit just so that I can log in. Thanks, guys.
Yeah. Holy, right? So, yeah, I mean, when you do log into Discord, click that button that says remember me and keep me logged in because you never know, right?
Give them the troll snail, bastards.
Yeah, will do here. The pictures do seem to be AI generated. It is being reported as well. So,
But as long as we don't have to identify, as long as we don't have to identify hands, we should be okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So, watch out for CAPTCHA. It's really, really treating people like garbage right now. Don't let yourself be confused and lost in a rabbit hole. Did we bring up this DoorDash one? There's a lawsuit coming up against DoorDash because they're being accused of charging iPhone users more than Android users for identical orders.
No, that's fair enough because they can probably afford it.
It's called the Steve Jobs tax.
Yeah. It's Macintosh tax. We're all used to it.
Exactly. Got to pay for the M1 chips, right? But it says here in the lawsuit. So obviously there's some bitterness here. DoorDash generates its revenues not only through heavy-handed tactics that take advantage of struggling merchants and a significant immigrant driver workforce, but also through deceptive, misleading, and fraudulent practices that illegally deprive customers of millions, if not billions of dollars annually. That's some serious big shit, man.
Yeah, those pennies add up.
What they're denying the customers millions.
Yeah. Well, they're overcharging, so people are getting ripped off. Yeah. The lawsuit details DoorDash's illegal pricing scheme and seeks to hold them accountable for its massive fraud on customers, including one of the most vulnerable segments of society, minor children.
Well, they should get back down to the mines where they belong.
Yeah, yeah.
Liam Wakefield in the chat says, "Is DoorDash owned by China and run by China?"
It's a good comment. Yeah. Okay, here's a couple of the bigger points that they decided to put into this article. I'll give them for you here. Point one is making its delivery fee seem related to distance or demand, even though none of it goes to the delivery person. Offering an express option that implies faster delivery, but then changing the wording to priority in billing so it is not held to the delivery times. Charging an expanded range delivery fee that seems based on distance, but is really based on a restaurant's subscription level and demand. That's some serious backdoor bullshit.
Oh, so it's just like calling your cable company for service.
Yeah, right. Or trying to book a hotel in Vegas during an event. You know, oh my God, there's 12 fees on this. Why don't you just give us the real price? But yeah, and then it goes on to say adding an undisclosed 99-cent marketing fee, obscuring minimum order amounts attached to its zero fee dash pass, and a few others. So it's calling them out for a lot. This could be a big deal. Wonder how it's going to play out.
Well, people will just end up going to the takeaway places like they used to in the olden days. When I say olden days, I mean like 10 years ago. 5 years ago. It wasn't that long ago.
Yeah. But if you look at it from a green point of view, instead of everybody picking up their own food, to have some people driving around with 4 orders at a time does actually work out more green, although, maybe more crooked. So, there's that side,
Well, I mean, for those that can't get out and stuff like that, DoorDash is great, but yeah, the prices are just stupid.
That's the other thing. I'm not really a person to like order delivery food. We get pizza and Chinese food right from the restaurants, but I did try Skip the Dishes a couple times and DoorDash a couple times, and on the third order, Felix convinced me to get McDonald's, and everything's overpriced compared to at the restaurant because we go there like once a week and I know the damn prices. And then they put on the extra fees and whatnot. And by the time you pay the bill, it's outrageous compared to going there. I was shocked. I was like, I can't believe this is so fucking popular.
And it will turn up and it's cold.
Yeah. And wrong.
And wrong, yes.
Yeah. I don't know what it is about pizza places, but they're a lot better at training their staff to get an order correct for delivery than the fast food joints now that they have these DoorDash services and shit. I always get like the few times I've ordered burger and fries and stuff for Felix and they always screw up something.
Yeah, it seems to be the day back in the day when you just like call them up and ask them what you want. It would pretty be generally right. But these sort of like days when you're actually clicking on things and saying I want this and I want that, it's like very very specific. It seems to be more wrong now than ever.
Yeah.
And DoorDash does make it worse. It's kind of like one of those. I ordered a cheeseburger and a shake. Why do I have a tacos? Same restaurant.
Yeah. I had the guy drop the drinks off at the door the 5th or 6th time we ordered and nothing else. So I got an entire refund twice over because I was like, no, it's not good enough that you're just willing to give me the money back. I want you to make up for the fact that now I've got hungry kid here who's quite pissed. Screw you. There's no way, jerks. But anyway, so it would be nice to see them, like, it should at least be that the prices are still the prices. All this, you've got to have backdoor deals with DoorDash and stuff. Why? We used to have a local delivery service that was put out of business because these jerks. And they would just go and simply pick up your stuff and deliver it to you. And it was like $5.99 and you give the person a tip. Cheaper than DoorDash and worked properly. They're gone now. Sucks. But, oh well, I do have a cool one to bring up here. A company called Sky-Fi is now letting you order up fresh satellite imagery. Did you hear that, PJ? In real time with a click. But yeah, we can actually, I don't know. It doesn't say here in the thing what the cost is, but I'm sure it's one of those, if you have to ask, it's probably not for you moments in life. But you can now simply order up some satellite images, and give them a credit card number and have them delivered to your inbox.
Oh, it's really cool. They probably get the order wrong anyway. I ordered a satellite image and I got tacos.
Yeah. Why did I get a pizza that's set up to look like a flat Earth?
Does it mean you can request a certain time? So you give them a geolocation of your house, and then you say, I want this photograph at this time. So you can go outside your house and just flip them the bird at the right time, and then get the image back. And they get there. Yeah, there's me. Yeah.
It's imagine what you could have a lot of fun with that, right? Or if your neighbors are always skinny dipping at a certain time. Yep. Okay. I want that spot right there.
I hope not. She's 82. No, thanks.
Oh yeah, it would be that 72-year-old woman from the nudist beach, right? That doesn't like gondolas. It'd be her.
You're not seeing life, Patty.
Sex. It's all you think about. Where is it here? There is speaking of sex and the digital age and whatnot. On Android, there's an app called iRecorder Screen Recorder, and it has now gone completely rogue, and it's sending microphone recordings from your device every 15 minutes. It's called iRecorder Screen Recorder, and if you happen to have it installed, get rid of it. I'll copy and paste the name into the chat just in case anybody needs to know. But yeah, check your phones. Make sure you don't have that beast in there. It is, let's see, in a post published Tuesday, ESET researcher Lucas somebody or other said, the legitimate app was updated to add entirely new functionality. It included the ability to remotely turn on the device mic and record sound, connect to a attacker-controlled server, and upload the audio and other sensitive files from the device.
Well, it's good to see the developers got that funding deal from China.
Yeah. In other news, iRecorder Screen Recorder was bought by TikTok. It sounds like it, right?
So what you just got to make sure is every 15 minutes you go, fuck you cunts. Fuck you.
Yeah.
That's what they get.
Yeah.
Why would anybody? Why would anybody even have that? What's going on there? Is that?
I think it's for people to record little screen recorder clips. You might not know how to download videos from Twitter, so you use a screen recorder or whatever. But that's what it's supposed to be. Yeah. Right. Yeah. And it's a great app to turn malicious because to use a screen recorder, it has to have access to your files, your mic, the screen, all that shit, right? So yeah, right. Oh yeah. Yeah, bad stuff, man. Stay the fuck away from that one. Holy. Where should I go here? Oh yeah, here. An Asia airline passenger. Oh, where's the goddamn screen? There you go. An Asiana Airlines passenger was arrested for opening the plane door during a South Korea flight. Look at that shit, man. Dude opened the door.
How do you do that? It's not a VW camper. You don't just
look at.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Look at this, man. It's
nice breeze.
Yeah. And some people passed out. Some people were having a hard time breathing. Yeah. Look at this.
Good job there wasn't a dog on board with big floppy ears who'd been sticking his head out the window.
That's funny. Yeah, all 194 passengers survived and it landed safely, but the doors ruined. Some fainted, some had breathing problems, taken to hospital. It was during getting ready for landing. The male passenger opened the emergency door while the plane was still 250 meters from the ground. Yeah, we saw the video there. Yeah. And flight attendants weren't able to stop them because the plane was getting ready to land. So they were, locking into their seats like everybody else, right? Yeah. What an idiot.
Yeah, but the question
people close to the
why?
Yeah.
What was he thinking?
Yeah. Several school-age children were on board. Glad they're all good. Police suspect the suspect had so far not given any explanation for his actions, nor was he drunk at the point of his arrest. They say it's difficult to have a normal conversation with him. We will investigate the motive of the crime and punish him.
Flat earther then.
Wow.
But I'm sorry. The reason why I opened the door was because the guy next to me let one rip and it was starting to peel the paint off the walls.
What reason could you possibly have for doing that? Was the guy on LSD and had a weird flashback of an old James Bond movie or something?
Yeah, maybe you just want to avoid customs. I don't want to go through that. The terminal. That's my house down there. I'm going to get off here. It's all right. Don't worry.
Yeah. See ya.
Wow.
Yeah, PJCnet in the chat says, love how they still call him a suspect, like he's not proven guilty yet. Yeah, everybody watched them do it. Come on,
Yeah. That's funny.
But yeah, I can't wait to find out. I'm gonna set a Google search thing so I can see if this ever if it gets updated somewhere.
Send out the Shills probe droids.
Yeah. Now here's one that I think is kind of sad, but the Supreme Court has limited now the EPA's authority under the Clean Water Act. So what happened is the EPA, Environmental Protection Agency, right, in the United States, they put a challenge in court against a couple people who bought some land but didn't get a permit first to be able to build the house safely and properly near a wetlands, which is protected. And so the case has gone through, and the Supreme Court has now dialed back the EPA's power, and they can no longer make people do this stuff. And so people now have the freedom to buy land near what were protected wetlands and stuff that are important, and just start digging them up and putting their house in and blah, blah, and whatnot. And so President Biden, in a statement, called the decision disappointing. It upends the legal framework that has protected America's waters for decades. It also defies the science that confirms the critical role of wetlands in safeguarding our nation's streams, rivers, and lakes from chemicals and pollutants that harm the health and well-being of children's families and communities. And then one other one was from Jim Murphy of the National Wildlife Federation. And he says, I don't think it's an overstatement to say this is catastrophic for the Clean Water Act. They're really the kidneys of the water system, and they're also the sponges. They absorb a lot of water on the landscape. So they're very important water features, and they're very important to the quality of water that we drink, swim, fish, and boat, and recreate in. So it sounds like a really bad thing. Like, what the hell? You know, you got all the government just steps up and says, okay, we're protecting this stuff. This is very important. And then the court just says, no, fuck you, and just rips it open. That's a productive system.
So what few teeth the EPA had left are gone now. Wonderful.
Yeah.
Because still, it's like areas where there's fracking going on. People can actually light their well water on fire, and the EPA can't do anything. They don't have the authority.
Yeah, it's taken away. Like, I just don't understand how it's bad. I looked up a couple other articles on this as well, and there's many people that are pro environment, earth, sustainable future for humanity and stuff who say this sucks. Yeah. They're building their dream house 500 feet away from the Priest Lake. Clear water. It's fed by mountain streams and bordered by state and national park land. Like 500 feet. Of course people want to be concerned about that,
I'm all for clean water, and that's why I've been trying to promote toilet facilities for whales and dolphins. But no one seems to be listening to me. They're just shit in the ocean. So just remember that when you go for a nice little swim.
Well, that's why I live in the Rocky Mountains, because the beer made locally is always made of good water.
Yeah, and lots of dead sheep in the rivers and dead bears. As the water's flowing out. Yeah, we're making out of this stuff. It's delicious.
Yeah, no, it doesn't quite look that way. Trust me. Here's one that I was surprised by because I didn't even know it existed. But YouTube is killing stories, a feature for temporary posts. Beginning in June, users won't be able to post stories starting in June 26th. Beginning in June, not the beginning of June. I was going to say that don't make any sense. And existing posts will expire after 7 days. What's a story on YouTube? I didn't even know this existed.
Never heard of it. That's probably because they expire after 7 days. You don't get to see it. So I've just written a story. Oh, it's gone. Oh shit. Took me hours. Never heard of it. Yeah. So obviously it's doing well. It's probably like shorts, but longer. In other words, videos.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen one.
Yeah. Yeah, no. I mean, it's probably one of those things that came up in my recommended feed once, and I just hit the X. I was like, I don't care. Close that,
It's probably a good reason why they're getting rid of it, because it's like, well, no one's seen one.
Yeah. We'll have to go hunting next week for the elusive YouTube story. Somewhere on the platform, we will find the rare and endangered beast. Oh, come on. So yeah, we'll have a quick funeral here.
Well, apparently, sorry, I can barely read the name over there. Nsijer says that the stories are visible only on the mobile app.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're stationary,
right. Right. I don't use YouTube on mobile much. Drives me crazy. So yeah. Yeah. Okay, that would make more sense. That would make more sense. Okay, well, goodbye. Thanks for all the fish. Here is a really cool story that I wanted to share. This is awesome, but a paralyzed man can now walk naturally with brain and spine implants.
Cyborg.
So, yeah. Gert-Jan Oscom. Yeah, he was living in China in 2011 when he was in a motorcycle accident that left him paralyzed from the hips down. Now, with a combination of devices, scientists have given him control over his lower body again. Yeah, he's learned to walk normal and natural. So,
what about his penis?
Yeah, I guess we'll have to ask his wife.
That's presumptuous.
Yeah, but in a study published on Wednesday in the Journal of Natural Science, researchers in Switzerland described implants that provide a digital bridge between his brain and his spinal cord, bypassing the injured sections. And now he can stand and walk and ascend a steep ramp with only the assistance of a walker. More than a year after the implant was inserted, he has retained these. He has relearned these abilities and has actually showed signs of neurological recovery. Walking with crutches, even when the implant was switched off. Wow.
Yeah, that's pretty.
That.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive tech.
That's a lot further ahead than I thought we were in something like that. I mean, seriously? Wow. You know? That's really cool. The team used machine learning program to observe which parts of the brain lit up as he tried to move different parts of his body. And then there was a thought decoder, sort of quote unquote, that was able to match the activity of certain electrodes with particular intentions. And over time, it seems they've, obviously they did it. He's doing it, right?
Yeah, that's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
That's a hard thing to nail down because he has to also retrain his brain too.
Yeah. He so after a year, he was really starting to get some more improvements with the movement without aid of the brain-spine interface. The researchers have been documenting these improvements in weight bearing, balancing, and walking tests. Now he can walk in a limited way around his house, get in and out of a car, and stand at a bar for a drink. Now, I bet that felt good, buddy. For the first time, he said he feels like he is the one in control. That's fucking awesome.
Now, wouldn't it be great to use the same technology to implant it into people's brain stems, so when they're absolutely paralytically drunk, that their bodies can just walk home normally without falling over, crashing into hedges.
A horny wife could give a sleeping husband a boner and just have a ride. You don't have to be up.
Yeah, don't listen to your boring conversation when I'm having sex with you.
Oh, but I hope that's not like a fluke, and this is the start of something, because a whole lot of people might be in for, a little bit extra in life coming back their way. That would be pretty cool. Target brought out some LGBTQ plus community support clothing, and then pulled it right away because there was a massive backlash from customers who actually went in and confronted workers and tipped over displays. They're getting threats. Yeah, they're getting threats to the employees. They're a lot of people have a real they're nervous about even going back to work with that stuff on the shelves. given the volatile circumstances, they're making adjustments and removing some items and whatnot. Let's see here. The stuff has been on sale since May, but only coming up to June did anybody seem to care. It's that's a real tough situation, because you don't want to bow to this kind of nasty pressure in any way, but at the same time, you can't have 18-year-old Sally having some big hairy redneck coming in and screaming at her, right?
Yeah.
No, absolutely.
Right? That's a really tough thing.
Yeah, I'm just trying to disseminate all that information into my head and try to come up with a coherent point.
Yeah. I wasn't sure I was going to be able to, right? Because, you shouldn't be giving into that. But at the same time, you can't have vulnerable employees being bullied around by some of these angry, hate-filled people.
It seems to me. Oh, sorry.
There's a big difference between being upset with something and rioting. This whole my freedoms outweigh your rights shit in this country just gone way overboard. And this is a perfect example.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. And there's this unbelievable selfishness now where people that are, against the whole LGBTQ community, and you see it as not right, or whatever the opinion is, why are they now vehemently and sometimes violently stuffing it down everyone else's throat? Well, just shut up and don't like it then, Well,
it seems to me like, there was a point when you had, people do gay pride marches, and it was just to celebrate, and it was also originally, if I remember rightly, in a kind of a protest against a protest which went violently wrong. I can't remember, San Francisco riot or something based on it. But anyway, so you have the people, we're gay, we're going to do our little thing, we're going to march down this road, we're proud of being gay, and so that was fine. And then what seems to be happening in modern culture is that it gets talked about so much. I mean, let's talk about the statistics. I think it's supposed to be like 10% people are probably gay or LGBTQ or whatever. It gets talked about so much that the people that can't accept it are starting to get really antsy about it, and it's almost like because it's being talked about so much that the people that can't accept it are fighting back, and there's this weird dichotomy that's going on. I don't know what it is. I don't have any answers to it, but there certainly seems to be like this pushback and fight back, and especially in America, where it's obviously very, very biblical. I mean, think about the back in the days when you were talking about having gay marriages. My God, the America just turned against that. It went through, but there was still lots of hatred towards the gay community, and it seems to be like we're having this sort of. It's almost like the race riots all over again. There's something going on, and I don't know. I'm just rambling to try to come up with an answer, and I don't think I've done that. I think I've just rambled instead. So
somebody in the chat mentioned about somebody during the mask mandate getting shot just for enforcing wearing a mask. Like, I will say that the whole freedom rallying over restrictions in COVID seems to have gotten people to a point where they're not willing to stop anymore. Now they're just going to find their next cause and their next cause and their next cause. That's not good.
Yeah.
Angry and uneducated is never a good thing,
I mean, I did see this fascinating thing with these anti-LGBTQ plus people, these two guys, and they were going around stores, a bit like, saying like in Target. They were going around stores, like pointing out all the gay stuff. You support the gay community. I mean, we should support everybody, for fuck's sake. It's not a case about supporting. We accept everybody. You don't have to support somebody. You just accept them. That's how we are. But they went into a Crayola store. The people that make crayons with all the colors. And it was like, they're having a go at the Crayola store for having all these rainbow of colors. It's what they fucking do. It's what they do. That's crayons. It's got nothing to do with the LGBTQ community. It's just coloring. What do you want? You want all grey ones or what? That didn't make any sense whatsoever. And that's kind of like the level we've got to. Is just people will see a colourful flag immediately. Oh, it's gay. I hate it. I'm going to go against it. Yeah. But then also at the same time,
it's ugly.
You do have people in the gay community trying to, almost like invoke kind of rage from people as well. So, that doesn't help. So, I don't know. I'm sure.
Well, the egging people on for, the gay community egging people on just to try and get a reaction, that's been going on for years. They really haven't changed anything. It's just now people are just getting just absolutely just batshit crazy upset.
Yeah. When back a bunch of years ago, when there used to be a gay pride parade and you would get, people that definitely didn't like the gay community, they didn't come out and get all aggro and stuff in the crowd and make a big scene. They would just sit at home and go, and whatnot. And now it's like, it's almost like they're forming militias. It's just out of control.
Yeah, it's definitely sort of like, smells of that kind of MAGA kind of mentality of United States. Marjorie Taylor Greene and her little crowd. You know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
It's not right. It's not good.
Yeah, very much. Speaking of right.
But having said that, I certainly don't want to force down my throat. That's all I will say.
Yeah, no, nothing should be forced anywhere. I think that's the whole point. Everybody should just be, relax and just let them be. I mean, what's the big fucking deal? But something that is right, in my view, especially because I'm a big right to repair person, is right to repair rules are now the law in Minnesota. They did slightly poison the bill with a couple of omissions that should have been in there, but it is a very big deal if you're a pro right to repair person. And, it's catching on more and more that maybe one day I will be able to, replace a $10 part on the motherboard of a laptop without having to get a $390 new board. It's coming.
I think it's going to get worse, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
To be absolutely honest with you, I think it's going to get worse. It's going to get harder and it's going to be more difficult. And yeah. It's not even going to be able to touch it.
I think there's a lot of fight back, and the EU is doing it as well. There's people now collecting money and funding a lobby to get right to repair passed. If you're interested at all, check out Louis Rossman's channel on YouTube. He's a big right to repair guy. He's already put more than $1 million into the right to repair lobby, and it has helped pass some of these bills that are coming in. And it's really important right now because like Apple and a few other companies like Samsung just did this whole you can repair it yourself program. And it's shipping all this. Yeah, you're shipping all this big, huge hardware and blah, blah around. And the parts are astronomically expensive. And you can't just get a screen if that's all you need. It's got the battery and everything and yada, yada. And it's a farce. What we need is right to repair so that the guy down the street from me that he wants to could open a business and actually properly fix phones without having to farm third-party parts on eBay and all kinds of craziness. It's a joke. So this is good in my mind, you know.
Well, everybody knows I'm a big Apple guy, but the Apple response to the right to repair and that their solution of, you can basically borrow all this equipment to replace your screen on your phone. That was just them saying, yeah, look, yeah, we've done it. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, it's totally to keep the legislation away. That's what they did.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's
a token bullshit gesture. Exactly. Crazy Cat 1 gifted a Shills membership, and Crazy Cat gave it to Richard Stevens. Thank you, Crazy Cat, and welcome to the family, Richard. Awesome. Very cool indeed. But yeah, right to repair is worth knowing about a bit. And if it starts becoming like a push in your state, if you happen to live in the States, and you can call somebody up and say, hey, I support this, and let them know, right? It's a good thing for all of us.
The fact we have the right to repair conversation is stupid in its fucking self.
I know.
Yeah. I mean, we grew up, especially our parents repaired everything. It's just what you did. Car needs fixing, you repair it. Whatever, you fix it. Yeah. It's just like, well, this whole idea is like you're not allowed to touch it. You're not allowed to repair it. It's just ludicrous from the get-go.
Dude, it's coming into the auto industry already. There's already plenty of high-end cars from Audi and so on that no longer have an oil dipstick. You want to get your oil checked properly? You take it to the dealer. Are you kidding me? I
don't even understand why you can pop the hood on some of them, because once you've opened it, it's a sealed system. You can't do anything.
Yeah. It's and so many independent shops can't work on so many of the new cars anymore. And it's not that they're not capable. It's that they no longer get the tools. You can freely get the tools, the scan tools for the old OBD2 stuff, and check out a Chrysler Laser or fucking whatever. But all these newer companies have just gone, no, we're not going to play with that. And the big companies now are like, oh, it's working for them. Let's do it too. And it's everywhere. It's everywhere.
The thing is, that Model T Ford that Loki was talking about earlier. I think they're going to get a comeback.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is these right to repair laws are literally them having to put into law that you actually own what you bought. That's what it is.
It's a sad joke. It's sad, There's so many examples that literally we would have to just do a special talking about that alone, because it's gotten out of control. You can replace the hydraulic pump on a John Deere tractor. The tractor now works perfectly, but until the John Deere technician comes out, plugs in his special laptop, and clears the error code, you're getting no work done. That's not right. That's bullshit.
I know a lot of farmers that got rid of their John Deere tractors when this shit started to happen and started buying older, pretty much what we would call antique John Deere tractors.
Yeah, people are doing it with diesel pickup trucks all over America right now, because the new ones are so picky with the emission systems and stuff that maintaining them more than 5 or 6 years is becoming a joke. And the late 90s and 2000s trucks are really doing well for value right now, because none of that bullshit's on there.
Yeah, I have the same problem with socks. I've got my socks on a subscription service. And if I get a hold of them, I'm not allowed to darn the socks myself. I have to send them off to a special darning center to fill the holes up. Yeah. So I just get a Sharpie and just draw the little holes in with a Sharpie.
Yeah. Put eyes on them and stuff. Make a mouth, right? But HP, don't ever buy anything from HP. Trust me, you'll thank me for it. They've been screwing people hard with this new deal. You can go like anywhere in the States, and for $89, you can get a good HP color printer with a scanner and everything, you know, the whole 9 yards. But you're locked into this payment system where you pay monthly. And whenever you need ink, it's automatically shipped to your door because they're monitoring your ink levels. But if you miss a payment, your printer doesn't work anymore, regardless of if it has ink in it. What the fuck is that?
That's stupid.
Oh, man. Yeah, you've got to be stupid. Don't buy HP. Just
buy a
skip
Gutenberg
them.
press instead.
Yeah.
That's how it's going to go.
Leather bindings. Yeah,
it's all going to go wrong. Society's just going to go wrong. I know it. You think about Star Trek, and how wonderful, free everybody was in that, that universe. It's like, no, there are SAR systems on the subscription service, and what you didn't pay for the updates to regenerate your dilithium crystals? Oh, sorry, you're fucked, mate.
Yeah. Exactly, right. It's such a ridiculous cash grab situation. It's unbelievable. I mean, look at Adobe. They switched all their stuff to subscription, and their profits are through the roof. And yet, what do you get for it? The same apps that we used to just buy. It just doesn't make any sense. All we've done is open our pockets and go, here, take more. It's ridiculous.
Well, to be fair, Adobe do actually come up with some cool tools. They are moving forward, and they always are giving you new tools. The problem is, most of the people who used to use it don't need them. We don't need all that shit. We just want to just cut something out and stick on something else and layer it up. We don't need all that shit.
So I just want to make my girlfriend look pretty.
Oh, we got an AI for that. Yeah. Oh no, we don't need that.
Yeah. But I'm starting to think with all this, pay for this, pay for that. If you don't pay this monthly subscription, your device doesn't work. I'm starting to think that this is evidence that the Ferengi are actually real, and they're the CEOs of all these corporations.
The rules of acquisition are the true Bible that runs this world.
I know Adobe on controlled by the Ferengi because I don't pay by Gold Press Platinum.
Okay, we just went to Geek Town there.
Fuck that is supposed to be. I have no idea. Has anybody ever going to explain what Gold Press Platinum is? Oh, no fucking clue what that is supposed to be.
Yeah, it's cool words. Yeah, word salad.
I'd buy that for $1.
So, we brought him up in the thumbnail, so we might as well talk about him. But yes, the guy himself, Elon Musk, is now facing a fresh lawsuit, Twitter that is, as a PR firm says he's got an unpaid bill of $830,000. I don't know about you, but if I had an unpaid bill to, let's say, my cable company or my cell phone for $830,000, I don't think the service would be working anymore.
He'd be cuffed. What do you mean he's in the thumbnail? He's not in the thumbnail, you moron. I know because I did it.
Oh no. Yeah, right. You're right. Sorry, I was thinking about last or whatever. Yeah. Oops. Yeah. Look at he almost looks like Stephen Hawking in this pic. But this is a public relations firm that have not been paid since Musk took over.
Mm-hmm. He's not been paying his subscription service.
Yeah, maybe he's waiting for them to pay for their blue check mark.
Yeah, your blue check mark will cost $800 million. Thank you.
Yeah. So, Let me just look here. The public relations firm said Twitter ended its contract with them on November 16th, 3 weeks after the buyout closed, and no longer communicates about payment demands beyond an automated pledge to get started processing it right away. Ooh, not a good look. Not a good look. Wow. Form lettering somebody you almost owe $1 million to, you know? Twitter, also known as X Corp, no longer has a media relations office. It responded to a request for comment on the lawsuit with a poop emoji. Dear God.
Wow.
Does anybody over 24 work there?
Yeah, well, no, obviously it does have a press relations office. It's just that's the only thing the person does in it. Whatever. Poop emoji. Yeah. Can't be asked.
Oh, man.
I don't pay you to type comments. You just use emojis and get it over with, damn it, or you're fired.
Yeah.
It's 2023. No one understands text anymore. No one understands words. I just got to find the right emoji. Oh, that would do. Poop.
The article goes on to say that many landlords, vendors, and consultants have sued Twitter over unpaid bills that Musk inherited when he bought the company. So, there's Twitter is just a siphon of dollars right now. It sounds like, man, it's just literally, here, wait a minute. It's this. That's how your dollar works for you at Twitter.
Surely he could. Surely he didn't pay like $40 billion for a company that was owing billions out to other people.
Sounds like it.
Yeah. Well, that Elon, he should have looked a bit closer, really.
Yeah. I mean, did he not I don't know. It's bad. Elon, you're getting the goat, baby.
It's like. Well, it's like when you can buy in Britain, you can buy like huge, mansions or estates for like £1 because the amount of money that's required to bring it back into safety, working order, it's going to be millions. So that's. Twitter should have just bought it for £1.
Yeah.
Even then.
That ship is sinking.
Yeah. Oh, poor Twitter. Poor old Twitter. Rest in peace.
Yeah.
We loved you. No, we didn't love you. Somebody loved you. No, it wasn't me, but somebody loved you. Bye.
But hold on. We actually have footage of Mark Zuckerberg's reaction to this news.
I thought it was going to be the goat.
Yeah, I just hit it, so I had to hit a different one. What are you going to do?
Well, there was someone in the chat earlier said, I've only come here for the goat, so you better give him the goat.
That's got to be Andrew Petrie. There was a story here. JP Morgan Chase CEO Jamie Dimon, dipshit, we'll call him after this, is set to be disposed Friday at his bank's New York headquarters for lawsuits that accuse the company being, again, JP Morgan and Chase, of facilitating and profiting from sex trafficking by its longtime customer, Jeffrey Epstein.
Could it be Satan?
So, dude and the company deny any wrongdoing and liability, but that, they're being, talked to in very heavy legal ways right now, lawsuits and all. Holy man, that could be a huge story coming up. Wow.
Oh yeah, it's how could they have not known?
That's the question, isn't it? Right? That's the question here. We'll get his mug up just for everybody can see him. That smug mug, man. Look at that.
So you own an island called Sex for blank, and you're selling stock in this. Yeah, let's go ahead and do your investments for you. Yeah, that sounds legal.
Yeah. Right? Holy man. So we'll be watching for updates on that story as well. We're getting close on time here, and I just wanted to bring up one last one that's really cool. But scientists have just found an untouched civilization in the Amazon jungle. Last time I heard of this was in the 90s. And then Andrew Marr did a piece starting with that and went through time, a great TV set called History of the World, Andrew Marr's History of the World. But they're so remote and hidden away that that we're only just coming into contact with them now.
No, I think you got it wrong, Dick. That was an Amazon warehouse depot. And Jeff Bezos is just getting in touch with them.
Here, let me make sure the audio's down because I don't want to get in trouble for anything. But let me just, show you here. But yeah, these guys have, society was nothing to them. They had no idea that we were out here doing our thing. That's crazy. Here, I'll skip it. Oh, it's a very long video, so I'll skip it along here. Ancient Aliens lovers will have a great heyday with this one. So I'm not putting the link out just to make sure. But yeah, there's not too much text to it. So
they're still fighting for the right to repair.
Yeah. Oh, too funny. But yeah, on that note, I do believe that we have gotten through the list. Wow, we actually did it. Amazing. Woohoo! Right arm, groovy. So yeah, what do you think here, guys? Let's check with Loki. What tickled your fancy the most?
I'm starting to think that elected politician. Yeah. I bet Mars is looking like a great place to move to now.
That's a good one. Flat Earth politicians. That's as bad as the idiot who thought the island would tip over. Remember that fucking moron? What do you think there, Dunk? What was your fun one or concerned one or whatever?
Yeah, no, I'm unfortunately I have to absolutely agree. When you got someone in government who is talking to David Weiss, honest to God, I mean, you might as well just shut government down. At that point, just throw it away, put it in the bin, pretend, chop it into sort of small pieces, put it into a bin bag, put it on a fire, burn it. Because at that point, you have got no fucking chance. If you're talking to that fucking moron about anything, you should not, never mind, you should be in government. You shouldn't even be on Facebook. Never mind, you
shouldn't be on the internet.
Yeah. It's just like, no, it's an automatic ban as far as we're concerned. Yeah. That's the next thing. If the government talk about getting rid of TikTok, just anybody who's like believes in flat Earth, automatic, just gone. Shut the fuck up, you fucking morons. Because we know where we live. We've seen it. It's round. Yeah. Whatever. Yeah. Don't get me started because, you did get me started, but fucking idiots. Honestly, stupid, silly bitch. And she's in government. Oh.
I know. That whole like seriously, lady.
Fuck is wrong with you?
I need something heavy to do.
And to think people voted her into office.
That's even scarier than her being an idiot. Is she found enough other idiots who went, yeah, she's cool. Fuck.
Yeah, but I bet she wasn't talking about that before. It's just like, yeah. It wasn't.
I'm
It
giving
wasn't
her.
in her pamphlets that was shoved through people's doors. Is I think the Earth is flat. You know, I've been listening talking to David Weiss. The Earth is flat. Yeah, check it out. You know, no, I'm sure that
Just
didn't
for
happen.
talking to Weiss, she's getting a golden cock.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you need a bigger cock.
More gold press latinum.
We're pressing it hard against you, lady.
So yeah, and we always try to send you off at the end of the show with some good advice. So listen up, fellow babies. Lend me an ear. If your significant other doesn't find you sexy, they should at least find you handy. So, do something around the house and you might get laid. On that note, we're out of here. Take it easy, fellow babies. Good night.
I'm taking the bins out. Night.